Good morning, second graders. It's me, Mr. Fuzzywugs. I'm wondering if anybody has brought any chocolate chip cookies for me because that's my favorite snack. And if you could please bring some for me, that would make me very happy. Okay? Anyways, let me get Mrs. Erica. Good morning, second graders. And Mr. Fuzzywugs is being ridiculous. They're not going to bring you chocolate chip cookies. Yes, they are because they like me and they want to, right? Right, everybody? I see you. Oh, you're so silly. Um, well, welcome to our technology class. This is week 26. And so, a couple of things actually before I get started with the lesson. We have been doing typing since the beginning of the year. And I was just checking. And so, the last lesson that we stopped at was lesson, let me show you guys. We were up to lesson, where is it? Here we go. 159. That was where we ended. So this week, there's no new typing because I want to allow any students who have not been doing the typing, or maybe you forgot to do it or you need to catch up. You can use this week. You can go back into your account and make sure that you get up to lesson 159. Okay, so you're getting an extra week to catch up on anything. And you should be doing the typing every week, right? I know that everybody has devices at home and everybody gets time to watch YouTube and play their games. So there's no reason why you shouldn't be doing the typing every week. Typing is important. It's a skill that you need for any job. And I know you're in second grade, but you also are going to need it when you're in third grade and fourth grade and fifth grade, when you have to type up assignments. You can't be sitting there pecking. You need to be able to be quick with it. So it's a skill that you need. So please make sure that you're doing these lessons and use this week to catch up to lesson 159. Okay? We do a little bit every week, like maybe 10 every week, and they're very short. So again, I know everybody gets a lot of technology time and it's your responsibility. You have to just say, I'm going to do my typing now, right? And make sure that you get it done. What else did I want to tell you guys? If you're missing any assignments, and your parents should be able to go into GradeLink, that's the grading website. I did go in and I updated all of the second grade. So everything in there, if it has a 0, you didn't do it. You can have your parent click on it and they should be able to get a copy of the assignment right in there. If they can't find the email, everything's in GradeLink, even the link to this video and the attached assignment. So you can get everything that you're missing inside of GradeLink. So please make sure, guys, it's part of being responsible that you get all of your work done. There's no reason that anybody should be failing the technology class. No reason at all. No reason at all. You guys aren't babies anymore. You're even getting closer to being third graders. That means you should be able to do things on your own. Not that your parent has to sit with you and do it. You're getting to a place where now you can do a lot more things on your own. Okay? So please make sure. All right. So this week's our last week with internet safety, digital citizenship. After this week, we're moving on to computer coding. And again, that's going to be a lot. You're going to get your own account, and every week you're going to have to go into the account and do some of the coding that we do. So that's why we're preparing you to be more independent and to be able to use technology to complete your assignments, right? So just like you sign in to your typing account, you're going to be getting an account for code.org, and you will be signing into that account and doing your coding in there every week. And I'll do it together with you on the video, and then you'll go in and you'll do it on your own. But again, you're going to have to keep up with it, and you're going to have to be responsible with it. So that way you can learn all of these things. These are things that students across the entire United States are learning in second grade. They're learning how to type. They're learning computer science. And I would say probably other schools, the kids are way more advanced because they spend more time on it. And I know here we just get, I mean, this year I've been doing videos, but normally in other schools, kids are coming into a computer lab and probably multiple times a week they're doing these type of things, because the schools, they value and they realize this is the future, that you need these skills for your future. So we're just trying to prepare you the best that we can here at this school, with the resources that we have. And believe it or not, I don't have a lot of resources. I have to make all the lessons up myself. I have to look for free resources. And I'm thankful for the things that I find that help me to be able to teach you guys, right? Because it's very expensive to buy curriculums, and they don't really give any money for that here. So I have to find all free things. And so I find them, like the typing website. This is a great website for you to learn typing, right? And this is great. So we need to take advantage and be thankful. And if you're not doing it, then you're just missing out on skills that are so important for your life, right? Okay, so let's go into our last lesson that we're doing for internet safety. So putting a stop to online meanness. And look, he says, be kind. And this happens a lot on the internet. People are so mean and rude to each other. And you know why? Because they feel like, oh, just because I'm behind the screen, I can say whatever I want. I don't have to think about how the person's feeling or how I'm going to make them feel. I can just say whatever I want. And that's definitely not okay. We need to, just the way that we want to be treated, we need to treat other people, whether it's in person where you're face to face in the class with them, or if it's online. It doesn't matter. You should still treat people with kindness no matter where you are, right? That's important. So we're going to be learning about that. And we're going to be learning about what should you do if someone is mean to you online. And maybe you might play a game, or maybe you chat or something, which I sure hope second graders are not chatting or talking to strangers, because that's not okay. But sometimes, it can even be a friend that you know, and they're just being plain old mean. And you have to learn how do you respond to that, right? So what does mean behavior look like? Do you want to come and answer, Mr. Fuzzybugs? Well, I would say mean behavior is any student that does not give me chocolate chip cookies. Mr. Fuzzywugs, can we be serious for a moment? Sorry, guys, I'm just always thinking about cookies. So what do you think mean behavior would look like? Mean behavior. I think it would look like using mean words, like calling somebody names or saying something to make them feel bad. Like, why is your hair so messy today? Or why'd you mess up on that? What's wrong with you? And saying things to put people down and make them feel bad about themselves. Yeah, you're right. And so when we're being mean, we're doing it on purpose. We're saying mean things. We're trying to make the person feel bad. And it's terrible. I know, because people have been mean to me before about the way that I look. And it makes me feel really, really sad. I don't think it's right. Yeah, I don't think it's right either. It's terrible. So let's review. When we go online, we're using a computer, a phone, a tablet to visit a website or an app, right? And so I know all of you guys have these things at your house, and you probably spend way too much time on them. But whenever you are using one of these, you're going online because you're using the internet. So why do you think someone would be mean to someone else online? This is such a good question to think about. Well, I think that sometimes people, they are just mad for whatever reason. Maybe they had a bad day and then they want to be mean. And sometimes there's just mean people. And I don't know what's going on with them, but they just like to make other people feel bad because it makes them feel good for some reason. I don't understand it. But I think that's what people do. Yeah, you're right. And sometimes people, maybe they're even hurt, maybe inside of them, somebody hurt them. And the way they deal with it is by being mean to other people, and they had a bad day. And so they think, yeah, let me make everybody else's day bad. And it's terrible to be like that. We have to learn, like we've been learning in second step, right? How you need to learn how to calm down and think before you say or do anything, to make sure that you're not being mean and doing something that you're going to regret, or you're going to hurt somebody, right? We don't want to hurt people. We want to be kind, and we want to have a fun time online where everybody can enjoy their time. So let's read this message here. Hey, have you seen that new show, Fly Sweepers? It's so cool. I can't believe you like superhero shows. That's something my little brother would watch. So this is like a little chat between two friends. And the one friend says, have you seen the new show? And the other friend says, I can't believe you like superhero shows. That's something my little brother would watch. So what do you guys think when you hear that? I think that the other friend, that's definitely could come off as mean, saying that, oh, how do you watch superhero shows? Like, that's for babies. My little brother watches that. That could really be mean. Yeah, and even if they weren't like doing it on purpose, they were just saying that, it's still the way that they're saying it, it does sound very mean and hurtful. And that's the thing. When we type messages, we can't hear the voice of the person. So like, if imagine how they would say it. Like, say they said it in like a really mean voice. I can't believe you like superhero shows. That's something my little brother would watch. If they said it like that, of course you're going to feel really, really bad. But somebody could maybe say, oh, wow, I can't believe you like superhero shows. That's something my little brother watches, right? And then maybe that doesn't sound as mean. But again, we don't really know, because when we're typing something, we can't hear the tone of voice. We don't see the face, the facial expressions. Are they smiling and just kind of saying it in a joking way? Are they really saying it in a mean way that they really do want to hurt us? And so you have to really think before you ever type a message to somebody, how is it really going to sound, right? So you have to think about that. So when we think face-to-face and online, it's very different. A lot of the times, things that we type online, we would never say face-to-face to somebody. But people feel like they have this protection over them. Oh, if I type it, it'll be fine. I'll get away with that. But then they think, oh, would I ever say that in person? And some people, you know what, they're just mean everywhere. They're mean in person, they're mean online, they're just rude people. And I don't know, we have to pray for them, because something must have happened to them to make them so rude. But they're out there. Yep, they're out there. It doesn't even matter now. You know, you guys are getting older now, so you may even look around, and it's a sad fact, but even amongst Christians, there's mean Christians. There's rude Christians. You know, I'm sure all of you have met people before, the kids in your, you know, I know not, hopefully not here at this school, but we've had it in the past. We've had mean kids here. And so they come, you know, and they really just bring this meanness with them. And it's so terrible. And a lot of the times, you know, we have to work and try to find out what's going on with them, but it doesn't make it okay. We have to control what comes out of our mouth and the words that we speak to other people. We have to learn how to stop and think, how's it going to make them feel, right? Because that's part of being a Christian, not just a good digital citizen, but how in the world could we share God's love if we're rude and mean and we have an attitude with people? That's not going to share God's love, right? So we really do need to stop and think, who am I online? What kind of a person am I? Who am I face to face? If somebody were to describe you, would they say, oh, that person, they're always so kind and they make everybody feel so good? Or would they say, oh, that person, they're so mean. Every time they come in the room, I just want to run away. I don't even want to be near them, right? You got to think, who do you want to be? So let's read this. This is going to be what you guys are going to work on. So Jada's parents let her play on a website where she can take care of a pet pony and decorate its stall. So some of you guys might have games that you play like this. Her friend Michael has played with her in the past and knows her username and password. One day, Jada goes to the site to care for her pony. She finds that her pony's stall is a mess and that there are some things missing. So, I'm thinking back to our lesson that we did about private information. And I noticed something here that Jada did, and I'm wondering what you guys think about it. What do you think, Mr. Fuzzywigs? She shared her username and password with her friend. That is a big no way, Jose. You do not ever share that with anybody, not even your best friend. Yeah, you never share that with anybody because then they could go into your account and they could do whatever. And even if they are your best friend and they're just doing it for fun, you should never share that private information with anybody, right? So I'm wondering if Michael went into Jada's account on the game and took some of her stuff, played around with it, and made a big mess. And that's probably what happened, right? So we're going to go, if this does ever happen to you, we're going to take a look at some questions, but you should always step away, tell a trusted adult, only go to OK sites first, and pause and think online. So if something happens, maybe they say something mean to you or whatever happens, make sure you step away, tell an adult. Don't try to respond back in a mean way. That's not going to help, right? And make sure that the types of games and things that you're on are for your age. Because a lot of the times, if you're on something where it's older kids, they may be using words and acting a certain way that is just not a place a second grader should be. And you always want to pause and think online. Stop yourself and say, would I say this to me? How would this make me feel if somebody said this to me? Right? And you're using your empathy skills and you're stopping and thinking, would I say this face to face? And then you don't type that. You stop and think how you sound, right? This is like, oh, I wish you guys, if you could all get a hold of these lessons at second grade, by the time you're older, like you will be able to make good choices. You'll know the right way to act and it'll stick with you. And it's so important. It really is. Okay, so let me show you guys the questions that you're going to answer. So here's the story that we just read about Jada. So there's a few questions. What do you think happened? So Jada shared private information, her username and password with her friend Michael. And Michael went into her account probably, and he's the one that messed it all up. How do you think Jada feels? Well, I wonder, what do you think, Mr. Fuzzywigs? She's probably feeling angry, maybe sad that her friend went in her account like that. Yeah, true. And what advice would you give Jada to respond? Remember, stop. So you can actually put in the steps here. Step away, tell a trusted adult, OK sites first, pause and think online. So you can write those steps here. And then it says, draw a picture about what you should do if you experience someone being mean to you online. So draw a picture of what you would do. Maybe you draw a picture of you running and telling your mom about it, or you just stepping away. Whatever it is, you can draw a picture of it. And then explain what you should do if you experience someone being mean to you online. You may need to just shut it off. Who really wants to play a game with somebody that's being mean, right? Or be in a chat or whatever it is with somebody that's mean? That's not fun, right? And so hopefully those people will realize I have no friends left because I'm so mean. Who wants to play with me, right? It's the same thing when you're in person. If you're mean, no one's really going to want to play with you. They're going to want to stay away because they'll be afraid that you're going to be mean to them. So you have to really stop and think, who are you? And when you're online, what kind of person are you? And what happens if you have somebody that's being mean to you online? What should you do? So remember the stop sign. So you'll get this sheet. This will be your homework. There's no typing, so catch up on the typing. And if you're missing anything at all, please have your parent either email it, or I gave copies to everybody of the paper so you can send it back in your folder, and that way we can get it and give you credit for it in the GradeLink system. All right, guys, we will see you next time. Goodbye, everybody. I'll see you next time.